Welcome. I'm Richard Hosnout. I'm your host for the Wisdom Inspired Life podcast and this YouTube channel. Great to have you back. As you know, I'm trying to help people around the world who are interested in living more of a wisdom inspired life to do exactly that by offering a wide range of free episodes covering everything from the simple first steps in that life to the more advanced steps. And I'm providing all that help, as I said, for free and always will be free, by the way. No ads, anything like that. And speaking of help, you can help me and others who are trying to find a channel on wisdom by subscribing to this channel. That will help a lot. Thank you in advance for your help. A playlist that's very popular is the Advanced Wisdom series, in part because it's wisdom from only the greatest enlightened avatars, God-realized beings. A wide range of topics. Primarily from the Bhagavad Gita and the Bible, but for other sources too. Something here for virtually everyone. This particular episode is part of the Ageless Wisdom series and will be part of the Ageless Wisdom playlist. The Ageless Wisdom is actually 24 volumes, more than 10,000 pages, the highest esoteric wisdom from the enlightened Tibetan master Zhao Ku, who's now part of the spiritual hierarchy for planet Earth. He transmitted these 24 volumes via mental telepathy to Alice Bailey, who is a U.S. citizen. It's quite an undertaking. I've read all 24 volumes at least once. It is not easy reading, that much I will say. Fortunately, a great fan of the Ageless Wisdom created a compendium volume titled Ponder on This, from which I'm taking the excerpts in these episodes. Last time I checked, there were a few episodes on Amazon, but it's been a while since I've checked. I don't know whether they got any more in, if they did in fact run out. So you may want to check that out. I'm going to be talking about the soul today. It's probably the most critical part of our spiritual being, individual presence, I should probably say. And here the Ageless Wisdom refers to the soul as ego, but with uppercase E. Okay? So when you hear me say that, I'm really talking about the soul. Quoting, "For a long period of lives, many reincarnations, the ego remains practically unconscious of the personality. It's buried by the ego. Okay? The magnetic link exists, but that is all until the time comes when the personal life reaches a point where it has somewhat to add to the content of the causal body, which is we have a physical, astral, and causal body. A body at first small, colorless, and insignificant. But the hour comes when the stones are first brought, perfected from the quarry of the personal life, and the first colors are painted in by the man or woman, the builder and the artist." Okay? It's a gradual unfolding and building process going from ego, lowercase e, to ego, uppercase E, or soul. Okay? Soul is about expanding awareness. Quoting, "Then the ego begins to give attention, rarely at first, but with increasing frequency, until lives come around in which the ego definitely works at the subjugation of the lower self." Lower self primarily referring to ego, lower case E. Me, my. That's what that's about. At the enlargement of the communication channel, and at the transmission to the physical brain consciousness of the fact of its existence. Prior to that, soul? Me? Heavens? What's that all about? And the goal of its being. Okay? A lot in this. In this one sentence. A lot. You may want to listen to that again. All of this leads to an increasing capacity, and quoting, "The ego bends every effort to quicken vibration." We are beings of energy, so when it talks about quickening vibration, that's what they're talking about. "And to force the oft rebelling lower vehicles, like the ego lowercase e, to respond and measure up to the rapidly increasing force. It is largely a matter of increased fire or heat and consequent intensification of the vibratory capacity. Okay? The vibratory capacity is we are beings of energy. There's nothing solid about this. Other episodes have dealt with that. Just remember, we are beings of energy. And my own personal experience is that the quantity and, more importantly, the quality of my energy is something that absolutely the vibratory rate absolutely changes as I progress along the spiritual path, and as do others. It's not something only I have by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, so going from ego lowercase e to ego uppercase e is exactly what the spiritual journey is intended for. And the more you do that, the more you live a wisdom-inspired life. Okay. As always, if you want to know more, you can go to mywisdominspiredlife.com. As you know, I'm on a journey, trying to help people live more of a wisdom-inspired life. Thank you for being part of that journey today, and I look forward to continuing this journey with you.